and welcome back to another edition of Fantasy Stockball with New Level Investment Management LLC. Week 4, we're going to give you our QB, running back, and receiver. And let's start with our QB this week. We're going to give you Phillip Rivers of the San Diego Chargers. He's going up against the Saints defense, and outside of the Giants back in week 2, the Saints haven't been able to stop anybody from a defensive standpoint. So I like Phillip Rivers in this situation, and I'm going to match him up with Southwest Airlines. Their stock symbol is LUV, love. And that's what Phillip Rivers has given us throughout these years is love, right? He hasn't had much playoff success, but he's been a quarterback. As long as you put pieces around him, he's been really efficient. And I like Southwest Airlines. They're an efficient airline company. Actually, the whole industry is pretty cheap from a valuation standpoint. There's a lot of consolidation going on. A lot of airline companies are buying up each other. Southwest purchased AirTrans a few years back, and now that merger is really starting to take off. They're starting to do some more international flights, and their price earning ratio, their forward price earning ratio is below 10. So there's a lot of value. Got a lot of cash on the balance sheet, a lot of debt as well. But with oil prices going down, or at least hovering around 45, 46, 47 per barrel, this is great for the airlines, and I think Southwest stock continues to rise. It's actually really cheap right now, and I think it continues to rise. So that's why I like Southwest with Phillip Rivers. Next up, we're going to give you our receiver for this week, and we're going to give you T.Y. Hilton of the Colts. He's going to be matched up against the Jacksonville defense, so it's going to be a divisional game. And I think him and Luck kind of got on the same page last week. They had that game-winning touchdown. I think that chemistry is going to start to rebound. You know, Luck was hurt last year. So I think T.Y. is going to kind of get off the snide a little bit more each week. So I like that matchup. And I'm going to compare him up with eBay, right? Kind of the forgotten tech company stock. And T.Y. is kind of that forgotten big-time receiver. And eBay, from a consistency standpoint, they're not going to give you that top line, big time revenue growth quarter after quarter, year after year. But they've been extremely consistent. From a price earning ratio standpoint, they've been a really cheap technology company. When you think about a company like Amazon, whose price earning ratio is out the roof, we don't even talk about their PE anymore. So eBay has been really consistent in that manner. If they paid a dividend, you'd probably have the best of both worlds with eBay. You know, they spent out PayPal last year, but they have other products like StubHub, the ticket platform, under their belt. So I think they still got some good things that can really help that company continue to climb in their stock. And the real reason why I like eBay is their market cap is around $36 billion, right? Sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but you look at the Facebooks of the world, the Googles of the world, the Amazons of the world, Microsoft, they're all around 250 to over $300 billion in market cap. And I really think one of these companies, especially either a Google or a Facebook, could buy eBay and really transform that platform to something even bigger. I mean, Amazon, of course, is eating everyone's lunch in e-commerce, but here's little old eBay that people forget about that really does a lot in the e-commerce space. And I think a Facebook acquisition or even a Google acquisition could really be good synergies for both companies. And that's another reason why I like eBay. It's that old forgotten, but I'm still living, and I've been through all of the dot-coms and the crash of 2008, and eBay is still surviving. So I like that company. And last up, I'm going to give you our running back this week, and that's David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals. He's matching up against the Rams defense, and let's just face it, outside of the Seattle game, this defense has been horrible. So I like David Johnson. And I like this young running back. I think he kind of has all the tools from the running back position. He can catch the football. He's a big guy, but he has speed. He's shifty. So I like his upside potential. And I'm gonna match him up with Twitter. And although I may not like Twitter from a growth perspective, I do like Twitter from a takeover perspective. There's been a lot of rumors out there on Wall Street about companies coming in to buy Twitter. And you know what? I think Twitter's biggest problem since day one was just being compared to Facebook, right? You had this behemoth in Facebook that has over 1 billion users on a monthly average and a lot of users on a daily average. And Twitter comes in at just 330 million monthly active users. And since day one, they were always compared to Facebook. It's kind of like the Kobe and Michael Jordan scenario, right? Like when, Kobe was compared to MJ his entire career, and when Kobe, fell or missed expectations, he got slaughtered for it. Same thing with Twitter. When they missed expectations, or when they never officially level set their expectations, the stock got slaughtered. It was trading all the way down to around 14, 15 bucks. Recently, it shot up to 22, 23 because of the takeover rumors. And I think a company, now, Google and Disney and all these other companies have been in the news for possibly being takeover candidates for Twitter. But I think a company like a Salesforce, a Red Hat, or a Workday, these analytic companies that can sit their platforms on top of Twitter and curate all these tweets that everyone's doing out there and really come up with some strong analytics for a lot of companies, I think is the best play for Twitter. So I like that company from a takeover perspective. And that's all we have for you this week. We gave you our running back, our QB, receiver. Hopefully these stock picks will make you some money. Tune in for next week to see what we have for you at New Level Investment Management LLC.